Breaking news, my country people. The kind suffer wey we suffer for this country, normally, our names supposed to don enter Guinness Book of Record as the country where they suffer the most. Now, why Peter Obi don talk say Tinubu should be in the Guinness World Record for causing Nigerians most hardship. Say the kind suffering wey we suffer for this country, normally, our names supposed to don enter Guinness Book of Record because this kind suffer no be here. And this suffer, e come be like say e no dey end. Now, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, who is the former Lambast State Governor Peter Obi, has stated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be in the Guinness World Record for causing Nigerians the most hardship, the most untold hardship. Obi added that he had put the 2023 general elections behind him already. Now he is focusing on governance and real issues that is affecting the country. Speaking in an interview with Vanguard, Obi noted that Nigerians on the streets could easily judge the performance of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu so far since May 29, 2023. We recall that Tinubu had recently bragged that yes, he deserved to be included in the Guinness World Records over his performance in the country since he assumed leadership. And reacting to this statement, Obi said, well, the president may be correct in terms of his claims that his name deserves to be in the Guinness World Records. We should not forget that people's names does not always make it into the Guinness record for anyhow reasons. It depends on which angle he's coming from. So, if the idea is to put his name in the Guinness Book of Records for causing Nigerians the most hardship, the most untold hardship, of course, Tinubu's name should be number one. Tinubu's name should be there. We totally agree with him because his reforms are not achieving what they are meant to achieve. As for me, the biggest lesson from the 2023 general election is the fact that Nigerians are so committed. Nigerians are truly committed to good governance. People are highly committed to making this country work. They are not as, complacent as people thought they were, because they, especially the youth, were actually committed to doing the right thing. That is why they came out in numbers to participate in the election. Many people came out, youths, the men, the women. The second lesson is the realization that leaders, most people in the elite class, are not actually interested in good governance, because you can easily classify the electoral umpire as part of the elite class. The government, all of us are not prepared to do the right thing, because if the elite are prepared to do the right thing, the result or the outcome of the election would have been different. But at this point, the elections have come and gone. Obi don talk say he no wan come chook mouth for this election matter. The 2023 elections, he don't put that one behind him. So the elections has come and gone. We are done with the elections. Now, the matter wey dey ground be say, we are talking about good governance. We are talking about good governance, and that is what every average Nigerian is talking about today. We are talking about Nigeria and how to move this country forward. So if you ask every normal average Nigerian how he's faring, the truth is, many people are thrown into poverty. Millions of Nigeria don't know where the next meal will come from. Nobody is sure how the price of a cup of rice or garri or even a loaf of bread will be tomorrow. So, a lot of people are asking so many questions. When you go there and ask Nigerians, when you ask the masses out there on the streets of this country what they are going through and how they are feeling, you will know that the situation on ground is very, very difficult, and yet people are just enduring. People are just bearing, trying to push, and they have high hopes that it will get to a point all will be fine, all will be well. But for now, Tinubu claiming that he should be in the Guinness Book of Records, certainly his name should be there as a president who has caused the most hardship in this country. My country people, do you agree or not with what Peter Obi has said? Because at this point, a lot of people would certainly agree that this current administration has indeed, pushed millions of Nigerians into extreme poverty. Yes, a lot of people have been battling with poverty even during the last administration. But then, this administration tends to be a lot more worse than the previous administration. And when you look at the line of things in this country, since the history of Nigeria and since we found our independence, you check, you see that each administration comes with its own problems. And when you look at the past administration, the current administration tends to be far more worse than the past administration. People were complaining about Buhari. Oh, Buhari this, Buhari that. We cannot survive this and that. And yet, a lot of Nigerians, we survived the previous administration. People were happy, thinking that, oh, we've survived that administration. Let's go into a new administration with, great mindset that this country will work for everybody. Boom! On May 29th, 2023, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu announced the removal of fuel subsidy, and that started a whole lot of crisis in this country. In fact, people started running helter-skelter. Immediately, the price of fuel skyrocketed, and that was how inflation, the inflation rate in this country increased, and, things became extremely difficult for a lot of Nigerians. The Nigerian workers, the NLC, they started protesting, going on a strike. So my country people, this hardship, it really touched everybody, including the rich and the poor. It touched everybody. When you hear what, most times some of our senators and ministers, when you hear them speak during the interview, you know that yes, things definitely have changed. Not only for the poor masses, even for the rich. Everybody is crying. So at this point, whether you are APC supporter or PDP or Labour Party whatsoever, this hardship really touched everybody. That is why Peter Obi has said that Tinubu's name, yes, should be included in the Guinness Book of Record as the president who imposed a lot of hardship and a lot of suffering to the masses of this great nation. So my country people, make una come chook mouth for this matter. I'm dropping here, guys.